a video of something that I just want to have a quick faff around with. So I want to make a bit, something along the lines of a fake mascarpone cheese, but it's not going to be like a cheese. I just really want to thicken some milk, make a thickened unsweetened milk, and then use that as a base for a like Semifreddo. So I've got some milk, whole milk, and then I put in some caramelized milk powder to give it a bit of extra flavour. So kind of doubled the amount. So I can't remember what the recipe is, but so say 25 grams worth of milk powder makes up a pint of milk. I've added the same amount of milk powder to that. So whatever amount of milk powder I would add to 200 millilitres or 250 millilitres of water to make 250 millilitres of milk. That's the amount of milk powder that I've added to this milk that I'm boiling up. So it's more concentrate. It's a richer milk flavour that I've got, and then I've got some corn flour just to thicken it, and then we'll boil it and we'll let it go cold. I might have to add a little bit more corn flour to that. I think I've added about 15 grams, something like that. And then I found this in the fridge, which is a milk and caramel flavoured spread. So I kind of thought we'll do two versions. We'll do a version that we use this as the base for the Semifreddo, and we use this as a base for the Semifreddo. Right, so that's boiling. So corn flour, just in a little bit of milk in there, and then I want it quite thick, which that's thickened it up nice. Oops. Right, so that's thickened up. Really shouldn't be using a whisk in a non-stick pan, but yeah. Right, so that's thickened up. I'm not going to put any sugar in it, because I think we'll get some sweetness from the caramelised milk powder. So let's have a finger in. Taste of caramelised milk powder. But that can go in there like that to cool down. And then we'll whip up some egg whites and yolks with a bit of sugar and combine them all and kind of see what happens. But I don't know if it's more just an experiment more than anything else. It probably would have been better made with thickened cream, but like I boiled some cream instead of turn that off so it doesn't burn the board. Yeah, it probably would have been better made with cream, but the idea is that we're trying to cut down on the cost and see what we can use around the house rather than having to buy cream and having to buy mascarpone. So scrub that off. Bit of cling film on top. No, we won't put cling film on the top. What we'll do is we'll put a plate on top so a skin won't form. Let's see if I can do this without making too much of a mess. I've already mixed some of the stuff together. So I've whipped up 3 egg yolks and 3 egg whites, and then I've split them into 3. Because what I thought we'd do a plain one and then a coffee one, and then we'll do one that's the milk and caramel flavoured spread. So I've whipped up the egg white and the egg yolks. For every yolk I've put in 12.5 grams worth of caster sugar. Caster sugar is the stuff that you make cakes out of. And then for every white I've put in 12.5 grams worth of caster sugar as well. Whip those up, split them into 3, taken 100 grams worth of the thickened milk mixture and split it between 2, and then put in an egg yolk's worth of the whipped up mixture and an egg yolk's worth of the mixed mixture in there. So it's like 30 grams worth of whipped up egg yolk. That includes the sugar weight, and then 100 grams worth of the thickened cream. So therefore in this one we've got 1 egg yolk, 12.5 grams worth of sugar, and 100 grams worth of that spread. let's whip that up. Oh yeah, so in this one I put in some coffee. It just hasn't quite melted into the coffee, that one, but I just kind of thought we'd have a go at making a coffee one as well. So hopefully this won't make too much of a mess. So that was pretty straightforward. Don't need a whisks, do we? No, I just need to fold in, and then we need roughly a third of the egg white mix folded into that, and then I'll do the same with that one, and then I'll do the same with that one. So what's a third going to be? I really should have weighed it, shouldn't I? That. Well, what we can do is we can split them between them now. It's not going to make that much difference, but as long as it looks like there's about the same amount of egg white in each, then that'll be just about right, won't it? It looks like there's more in that one than that one and that one, but maybe that bit off that one into there, and then fold that in, and then put it into a container. A bit loose. I might have to do 3 separate containers. I was thinking that I could bodge it and put them all into one container, but I don't think that's going to work. So that's gently folded in. That's going to be really sweet, is that one? So it's not bad, that. That's not bad. So this into one container and then into the freezer. Tastes pretty good, does that? Tastes pretty good. I mean, I don't. It's not something that's in Lidl all the time. It's not something that's in Lidl all the time, so it's going to have to be a case of when you see it. But I suppose we could use some carnation milk. So this is the plain one. I didn't put any sugar in this. There's only the sugar that's in the egg yolks and whites. We should be able to tell the difference in colours, won't we? The palest one will be the plain one. Right. Do I need to taste it? We'll use the end of the spoon. Okay. Not that much flavour to it, but I'm sure when we freeze things, it makes things taste more intense. I seem to remember that way. I don't think it dulls things. I think it heightens your taste buds. Does having something cold, and then I've already got the containers out, and then we can use that spoon. We don't need to make too much washing up, and then this one into a coffee mixture. About a teaspoon of instant coffee in this. I think this one will probably be the winner. So that into there like that, and then in the freezer overnight, and then we'll taste them tomorrow when they're set. Oh no, we need to taste, don't we? It's quite intense, that one. Probably would have benefit from a bit of cream in it, but that's not the idea. That's not what we're trying to do, is it? So into the freezer, and we'll taste them tomorrow when they've frozen. Plain coffee, and then the milky caramelly one. It's not too hard. It's alright, that. It's alright, is that? Oh. Ice crystal's a little bit big actually, but not bad. Not bad. Coffee one. It's nice, is that? For my palate, it certainly doesn't need any more sugar in than that. And then this one, oh, this is soft. That's too sweet, is that one? Too sweet for me, I think. I would cut down on the sugar. Probably not sugar. That's lovely, is that? Probably not put any sugar in the egg yolks. Apart from being a bit too sweet, that was lovely. So we can take this milk and caramel flavoured spread and turn it into a delicious, a little bit sweet, Semifreddo. Those good as well. I mean, I'm sticking the same spoon in, aren't I? They're probably just a little bit better if they're slightly defrosted. There's a real contrast once you taste the sweet one as opposed to the not as sweet one. So I was kind of thinking we could probably do the same with tin custard or custard powder. So we could take a custard powder, I think I did with corn flour, but we could take custard powder and probably still put some milk powder in as well. But I think that would work, and then turn that into a Semifreddo. So maybe that's a job for another day, but they work. Just needs a bit less sugar in that one, which I've mentioned for about the 4th time now. But anyway, so success.